So I'm back in Sheffield after my trip to my... Yes? Yes? I'm going upstairs, you can stay there. It's okay, you can chill out. I am back in Sheffield after the trip to visit my mum and my sister in Cumbria. Hang on, let me put some light on so you can see me. This isn't the best professional intro. Professional YouTuber. Okay. So yeah, if you watched the last video, I'll try and pop it here, the link, maybe there. You'll see that I visited my sister and my mum in West Cumbria, and I did some reference photographing for my next children's book. So I've already written my next children's book. I wrote that absolutely blinking years ago. I just need to get around to actually putting the drawing on the paper. I got my iPad specifically for doing the illustrations, the final illustrations. But today I'm going to work through some reference pictures that I took just to practice them in a sketchbook, to get my eye in, to get the feel for it. I might try and sketch out a few thumbnails maybe as well. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do a lot of the sketching, the initial sketching. This is my idea anyway, it might change. I'm going to try and do the initial sketching on paper, take photographs of it, and then go over it on my iPad, because I think the digital feel for the finished look will just be a bit more vibrant than what I can produce by painting and scanning it in. It's just my opinion for now, but that's what I'm going to do. Why am I talking about it? Let's get on with it, shall we? Before actually starting on the illustrations for the book, I'm just going to sketch some of these lovely boats and things. But first I need to find the right sketchbook. And in case anyone's interested, the pencils I like working with are 2H, HB and 2B. So this is my first picture. You know, it's a long time since I've actually sketched analog, and honestly, use it or lose it, guys, because my dexterity with the pencil has like gone properly downhill, so I'm going to really need to practice. But yeah, that's my first little sketch. Not amazing, but it's a sketch. Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to do that a little bit through this book. Not trying to make it cartoony, not trying to make it too realistic. Just get my eye in so my brain knows what a boat looks like. And trying to get all the little details, like the, you know, the life raft and the ladders going down off the edge of the land. I'm sure there's a technical term for it. Quay. Because I think it's those little details in the background of children's books, of any book, but of kids' books in particular, that make it a bit special. So I'm going to try and just do a few more sketches. It's Friday today. I finished some sketches yesterday, not many. I started to get bored by the end of that one. Can you see my colouring in? Yeah, it's nice to be getting the sketchbook out again. I'll probably do a bit more of that today, but because it's Friday, today's my admin day. So I'm not gonna film all of the admin for you because that'd be dead boring. But I'm gonna do my business records, which I haven't done a lot of in the last few weeks because I've either been away or busy or couldn't be bothered, basically. But I do my business records on a Friday, and that's the only thing I really schedule in. And when I'm being good, that's all I do on that day. And I do that because I want a nice start to the weekend. So if I get finished early, weekend begins early. But one other thing that I've got to do today, I have had an order from my shop. Because it's my birthday month, I'm going to be 39. I'm doing a birthday offer until the end of August where you can get half price mugs. And it helps me because you're helping me to clear out all my mugs because I want to bring out some new designs. And I said, I'm not going to do that until I sell all my other things, my other mugs. So I've had an order of 3 mugs, which I need to package up, and it's a local delivery. So I need to find out where it is and send it out. I need to find out where it is and take it there. I should probably message the person who's bought it first just to make sure that they're going to be in, because it's too big, obviously, to go through the letterbox. It's mugs. So I'm going to do my business records. I'm going to email them, and then the next thing you'll see is us going out to deliver those mugs. Assuming they don't want them like at the weekend, and then I might film something else beforehand. But it's a magical mystery tour, you'll see. Keep watching and keep watching and you'll find out what's next. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. My customer doesn't want the items until 5, so I had a shower because I had time. I've got it all ready because it's a local delivery. Don't have to put it in a box or anything because I'm going to hand it over to them. So I'm going to take the opportunity now. I've done my business records. It's my Friday where, you know, I start my weekend early. I've had a shower. I've got my lunch, which is pre-made sausage rolls that I put in the oven last night to not waste the heat. And now I'm going to sit and watch some Netflix until it comes to about 1:45 when I'll need to set off for my customer's house because it's not very far away. So yeah, the thing I'm watching at the moment, it was recommended by my sister. It's called The Sandman on Netflix. Mwah, it's right up my street. My kind of thing, 100% completely. So I'm going to get that on. Have some lunch. I'm going to set a timer for 4:45 because I might forget. Because I do get quite into my programmes. Here's the boy. He's just had his 3 o'clock lunch. There's some washing ready to go in the washing machine. Glamour. The glamour of working from home. But it is nice because I get to watch Netflix when I'm finished. So I'm here just to drop off the mug delivery. I obviously won't film it because it's someone's private space. But after this, I'm going to go home and finish watching Sandman. And look at this little dude that I found when I returned home. So this is a tiny, teeny, tiny little cat that belongs to one of my neighbours. And they like coming into this garden. Bless them. Hey! You like our garden? You can chill out here, mate. That's alright. We don't mind. Hey! You've got a pal out here. For a little while, didn't I? Is that not allowed? It's not your food time yet. It's not your food time yet. Oh, you're so handsome. What? What? Just stroking you. Hey everyone, watch this. If you want to get Rolly to run through onto his snuggle rug, you just start running. Oh, look at him. He's so magnificent. Yes, yes he is. It's Saturday today, weekend. I've just been down to the vets to pick up some food for the boy because the boy, Rolly, if you don't know, he's developed some kind of random allergy. The door's open for him, he's in the cellar. Yeah, he's developed some random allergy. We don't know what to. The vet says it's probably food, so we're trying him on hypoallergenic food, which is mind-blowingly expensive. Like, I love him, I'll pay it, but it is getting to the point where I might have to forego food to be able to afford his food. It's like, for a bag of this, I mean, this was, I don't know, a few pounds. For a bag of hypoallergenic food that is the same price, it's £30. £30. But if he needs it, he needs it. So he's doing a food trial at the moment. We haven't quite started it, but he will be, just to see if that affects his allergies. So that's that. I've also got these, which I got from my mum when I went to visit. And this is something we've had in the house since I was like little. I think it's like a ornamental coal scuttle or like an actual coal scuttle, I don't know. But it was just in the garage gathering dust, so I asked my mum if I could have it. And I've also got these things, these little, I used to collect pigs when I was younger, and I got these from a little like antiques market thing. I think they were like £1 for 3. My dad bought me those when I was little. And there's 2 other little ones here as well, like that. So I thought, I knew I had some Brasso somewhere in the house. It's like 1,000,000 years old. It's when, I got it when I also got something else from my mum's like 1,000,000 years ago. It was my nana's old sewing machine and I was going to do it up. And I did, it was nice. And I got some Brasso for that to shine at the metal. But now I'm going to use what's left to clean up the brass. So join me. Should be quite a satisfying job. Where is he? Where's Rolly? You're a crackpot. It's Monday today. I've had a really lazy start, as usual. And I've got the urge to start doing some more illustrations for my next children's book, which affectionately is known as the Molly book. And yeah, I need to get changed. These are my jimmies. So I'll be back in a second. Magic. I'm in my comfortable struts again. Let me just set you up. Because actually, I want to have a little talk. You're not in trouble, don't worry. Put some more light in. So yeah, before I get started on this children's book, which I'm not going to be able to show you a lot of, it's just going to be time lapses of me at my iPad. Straighten you up. Hey, straighten you up. I need to have a word about my Patreon. I don't often talk about Patreon. To be honest, there's not a lot going on Patreon at the moment because some of my patrons have had to pull out of supporting me because of, you know, financial worries, which, you know, I completely understand. As you'll know if you've watched a few videos back, I did a video about money worries. I completely understand, and I want to make sure. I'd like to keep my Patreon going because, for those of you who don't know, Patreon is it's like a membership platform. So you can sign up. Loads of creators are on there. You probably will have heard of it. When I started doing this, Patreon was still a little bit like, what the heck's that? But just 1 minute, I need to go and just check on Rolly because he's had a bit of an upset stomach and I can hear him in his litter tray. I'll be back. So yeah, my Patreon. What was I saying? Where was I? Yeah, so I think when I very first started Patreon, people didn't really know what it was about. But if you support anyone on YouTube or any sporting people or anyone, basically, anyone who's like working for themselves in like creative businesses, they've probably got a Patreon page, so you probably know what it's about. But if you haven't heard, it's a membership platform where you can support creators that you love and you get like exclusive benefits, exclusive rewards in return. So they might do behind the scenes access to like stories and stuff like that no one else sees. I have got a top underneath this, I was just being a bit booby. And stuff like that, so you will get exclusive rewards for being supportive of them, because oftentimes when you're in an industry like I'm in, like a creative industry, you don't have, I mean, who does have job security these days? But you don't have the job security of a 9-to-5 job, but you might have people who are willing to put in £1 or £2 a month to help you along, and in return be part of an exclusive club. So you might get something through the post, or you might get, like I say, behind the scenes content. So I want to keep my Patreon, but I really want it to work for you guys. I want to know what you want. So at the moment, what I've got is patrons only, which is exclusive patron content. So I'll every now and then pop a YouTube video up early for you, or I give you updates and things that's going on. You'll have access to polls and input in stuff that I'm doing. So that's £1 a month. For £2 a month you get double the love, which is exactly the same, but you want to support me a little bit more. What is it? Hang on, let me get it up because my iPad's off. 1 second. Okay, so I used to have a £3 behind the scenes tier where you'd get, like, on Instagram where you get 15-second stories and they're only available for 24 hours. Well, Patreon do something similar called Lens, Lens, and I did have a behind the scenes access for that. So for the $3 tier, you get behind the scenes access where I do a little story, whatever. It would only last for 24 hours, and you'd be the only one to get that. And you'd also get all the benefits of the previous tiers. But I stopped that because I can see how many of my patrons were looking at those stories. and no one was looking at them. So it was a massive waste of my time. So I stopped that. But if that's something you're interested in, you know, let me know. And then, so I got rid of that one. And then I had Print Club. So every month you got a print for the month that you were a member of. So an art print for your wall. Last year, well this year in fact, it's all cat themed. And all of those prints went towards a calendar, and that was £20 a month. And then you'd also get access to the behind the scenes tier and all of the stuff for the patrons tier as well. But a couple of patrons have pulled out from the Print Club, and you know, when I think about it, best will in the world if you want to support someone. If you live in a small house like I do, how many prints can you actually put on your wall? So maybe the Print Club was a little bit unsustainable long term. So I've been thinking about other things that I could do, and I really need your feedback, even if you're not going to be a patron, but kind of maybe if I'd like to know what, basically I want your feedback to let you know, A, what would convince you, what might convince you to become someone's patron, not necessarily mine. And B, are my ideas that I've got for next year something that you might be interested in? Hypothetically, I'm not saying come along, even though it would be nice. I just need feedback. So I was thinking, instead of the Print Club, so I'll ditch that in December. So December will be the last month. And then I was thinking about doing a Pin Pals tier, where I would design some wooden pins. So some of the pins, let me see, I've got a pin here. I design little pins. I've only got a few designs at the moment, but I really like them. So I was thinking about doing, is it even focusing on you? No. No, it's not. So I was, thinking about doing a Pin Pals Club, where each month that you're a member, you get a pin. And I was maybe thinking about doing a little postcard in there as well, maybe from me and Rolly. So like with Pen Pals, but you get a pin as well. So we could be Pin Pals and we'd wear the same pin. And then I'd do a different pin each month. I like the idea of this because, unlike the Print Club, I would not be taking up loads of space on your walls. I mean, they're only tiny. It would probably be a little bit cheaper as well, because my prints come in at £20. So basically, for the Print Club, it was £20 a month. So you get a £20 print, but you would get it before anyone else, and you would get it, it's a limited edition, and you would get it free postage. So if that print ended up on my website, you'd still have to pay postage if you wanted it. So it worked out cheaper. Pins are obviously a little bit cheaper. I do those for £7.50 on my website. But I was thinking maybe like rounding it up a little bit, maybe to £10, and having a few extra things in the box to make it special. So you're not just getting the same thing that you would get if this ended up on my website as anyone else. You'd get like a little postcard, you'd maybe get a sticker or something like that, like make it a little bit more delicious. But yeah, so let me know what you think of the Pin Pals idea. I like it, but do you? Is it something that would make you want to join my Patreon, hypothetically? Like I say, is it something that you think would be interested? Would you be interested in this kind of thing? And also let me know, would you like to know what each pin was going to be for each month of the year? Or would you like it to be a surprise? I'm not asking a lot, really. I just want a little bit of feedback. I mean, I know what I think, but sometimes what I think doesn't actually line up correctly with the real world. And I really want this Patreon to be a success. I don't just want to put things up there that people don't want. I don't want it to be a lazy Patreon, which I am guilty of kind of slipping into, and like just letting it coast and do its own thing. But I want it to be something that people want, and I want it also to be something that will help to make me money, because the cost of living crisis I know that's a buzzword now, but I mean it's proper. It's proper. It's true. I need something that A, people will want, and B, will help me pay my bills, because I am worried. I'm worried about this year. Anyway, that was a nice little chat. I just thought another thing that my £1 and £2 patrons also get, plus everyone else, but I also do a printable calendar and a printable to-do list, which I think is nice. But I could maybe tie them all together and do them all of the same design, so the Pin Pals people get a consistency. So they'll obviously have access to the $1 and $2 tier rewards as well, because it's like a hierarchy. The more you pay, the more you get. So you get all of the tiers underneath you for that month as well. So they could all tie in. So if, for example, I mean, I won't do this because I've already done it. If I did a Cutie Rooty radish as the pin, I could maybe do a radish themed to-do list for that month, so it all links in. That's my idea anyway, guys. But yeah, oh, that's a nice breeze. I've got the window open, nice breeze from the outside. I'm going to go and start doing some illustration now. It's not going to be very interesting content for you, because I obviously don't want to reveal my book just yet. I mean, you know it's going to be seaside based. But yeah, it feels good to actually be sitting. Feels good to actually be sitting at my desk with the intention of getting on with this book, because honestly, guys, I've had this in the pipeline for 5 years, maybe even more. I mean, I don't even count pandemic years. So yeah, I've had it written, I mean, not illustrated. Sorry, my neighbour's just walked down the street and she's wearing a really nice skirt. It looked nice. So yeah, so I've had the words written for a long time, but I need to actually get on with the illustration. And then I think I'll do the same as I did with Our Dave. So instead of going print on demand, where, for example, Ingram Spark do print on demand, that's who I was going to use before, and I got a sample book from them. I don't know where it's probably up there. I got a sample book from them, and it just wasn't this. It wasn't the right quality, I think, for a children's book. For a textbook, it would have been perfect, but because it was all image based, I mean, the paper was just like office paper, and the images were like pixelated, like it being printed on a home printer. So I decided not to do the cheaper route of drop shipping. I decided with Our Dave to there's a name for it. I've got so far out of the research. Anyway, buying it all in bulk. So I found a lovely printer called XYZ, not sponsored, and I bought it in bulk. But the only way I could afford that, because it was like £2,000 or something. The only way I could afford that is to do a Kickstarter. So I'll probably end up doing a Kickstarter again, and hopefully that will help me afford my second children's book. And it's a corker, by the way. I really like this children's book. So this children's book is not only a rhyming children's picture book, or will be, it can also be sung to a tune. So I think kids will like that. Anyway, I am going to go now and start illustrating this bloody thing, because otherwise it'll never get done. So I'm going to leave you there. Thanks for the chat. Don't forget to give me your feedback, and until next time, bye. If you enjoyed this week's video, please do consider subscribing to my channel, because it really helps me beat the YouTube algorithm and means that I get to reach more people. But until next time, bye bye.